Just like the title says, this is 4 reasons why I'm a Sedevacantist. So before I talk about why I'm a Sedevacantist, I think it's necessary to explain who a Sedevacantist is. I think many people don't know this. It's little by little people are beginning to know this, but most people don't know what this is. Now, the term Sedevacantist is actually a immersion of 2 words, which is sede, meaning seat, like what I'm sitting on, and vacanti, which is vacant. So these are the Latin terms, these are Latin words. So to put it together, it means the seat is vacant, just like this. What that means in practice, in real life, is this term is used by Catholics. Yes. So the Catholic Catholic doctrine is there need to always be someone sitting at Rome. There's someone who is sitting in for Peter, who was the first apostle. And that has happened. That has been going on for centuries. There've always been someone. After Peter, it was Clement or Linus. After Clement or Linus, it was Linus or Clement. I don't know who was the second or the third. Between those two people. So it kept on going. It has kept on going. Up until the 21st century or the 20th century. So they've always been a pope. So basically, what it means by being a Sedevacantist is by believing or accepting or holding position that there is no pope. Now that might seem very weird to a lot of people listening to this because they know there is a pope in Rome, Francis he's called. But the truth is, I don't accept that he is the pope, and this video would be on why that is. Now, I'm the last person, I used to be that person, but now I'm the last person who would want to create divisions or create issues surrounding this topic, because obviously saying this, it's obvious that there are people who do not agree with it, because there are people who accept Francis as Pope. So there's always that fight that, I am not, many people say I'm not Catholic because I don't accept Francis as Pope. But before I get into that, I don't want to talk about them. This is about me. So this is a video talking about me, not criticizing them, but talking about me. I believe I'm a Catholic, and you would see why. So one of the first reasons I am a Sedevacantist is because I love my Catholic faith. That's all. I love my Catholic faith. That's the reason, the whole point of being a Sedevacantist, or saying that there's no one on the seat of Peter, there's no one at Rome that I would submit my authority to as the Pope, is because I know there's something I've figured out that, doesn't sit well with me. Therefore, I cannot give my authority or give my assent to that authority, because I don't, we'll get into it as I go. So the first reason is I love my Catholic faith. That's one. The second reason is I believe that the Catholic Church is one, holy, universal, which is Catholic, that's what that word means, and apostolic. So that means there's one in faith. It can make one holy, and it's universal. That means it can be practiced in everywhere, at all times, in all places. And apostolic, that means it is from the line of the apostles, St. Peter, who is the prince of the apostles. That's the head of all the apostles. So that is my belief, that it comes from the apostles. So that's why I'm a Sedevacantist. Now, the third reason would really explain the first and second, and the third reason is, in a sense, the main reason, because the third reason is I do not believe that someone who is against the Catholic faith and who doesn't accept his doctrines and teach it as it's supposed to be cannot be the head of it. This is common sense. If if I am the head of Sony, for example, because the camera I'm using is Sony, and I don't believe in the values of Sony as a company, or I'm not doing what Sony wants. Unless I'm CEO, the board of directors will throw me out. They will sack me. That's what they did to what's his name, the Apple guy. Can't believe I've forgotten his name. Yeah. Anyways, the Apple guy. Oh my god, I can't remember his name. Yeah, sorry, I had to go check the name of the founder of Apple. I'm so ashamed of myself. But in any event, Steve Jobs, that's what they did to the guy, when he had issues with the company. Yeah, he was booted out, even though he was the originator of the company, with Steve Wozniak, whatever. So that's the same thing, Hey, the church is not new. It's a very old religion, so, and the most important thing is the church, the doctrine doesn't change. The church is not there to bring new doctrines. It doesn't bring new doctrines. It just teaches the Christian faith this is what Christ gave us. That's all what we believe in till the end of the world. It does not teach anything new. But the problem is with these new poles, they're teaching new things that we can't find in history. We literally cannot find some of the things they teach in history. There is no hope at the moment because the person who is there is not teaching in Malik faith. It's really simple. The requirement to be a Ho is to be Catholic. One of the main requirements. There are other requirements. You have to be a man, whatever. You have to be a bishop. Whatever. Go. But one very important, and I don't know if he's a bishop in the first place, so the current person there, we cannot even be sure that he's a bishop. But that's a whole other story. And some people would say we're not even sure if he's a priest. That's a whole other story. Not for this view. And not for me, because that's way more theology that this channel is not for. That's just it. So that's why I'm a Sedevacantist. And the whole reason I am making this statement or in this video on my channel is to let you understand more of who I am, of my person. Like, this is my faith is what permeates my whole life, and this is how I live on a day-to-day. So basically, I'm trying to let you know me better, know me more, know how I act and what things influence my thought process, so yeah, I am not anything different from a Catholic in the 1940s, for example. What they believed then was what I believe now. End of story. So it is, that's just what it is. And then the fourth reason, being a Sedevacantist helps me love God as He wants to be loved. That's really all. Because these rules are for Him, they are for me to do to please Him. If I say I love God, I will want to do what He loves. So this is the problem we have in love, in relationships. Some people get in relationships and they're having problems. One of the reasons people have problems in relationships is they want the other person they want to love people like they think love is. They want to, if they think love is buy me flowers, they'll be expecting flowers. They want to love others, as they think love is. So if they think love is buy flowers, they buy flowers for the person. But maybe for that person, flowers don't mean jack. So you have to love people the way they want to be loved, not the way you think love is. Get that? Let that sink in. You have to love people the way they want to be loved, not what you think love is. Therefore, it is very necessary, if you want to love God, if you want to love God, to be very serious, studious, whatever, to know how God wants to be loved. To just say I love God is not enough. In fact, it's an offense. If someone who you're dating or your brother or whatever loves you in a way you don't like, and when they say, oh, I love my brother or I love my girlfriend, you will feel offended because you don't feel that love. It's very necessary to love God the way He wants to be loved. That's why in the Old Testament, He would tell Moses, put this, make the temple like this, put the angel here and put this there, and carve this here, 2 cubits of this and that. He gave measurements, He gave directions, He gave commandments. This is how I want to be loved. So I am a Sedevacantist because the Catholic faith is how I believe God wants to be loved. And if someone comes and teaches me something other than what the church has always taught me, let him be anathema. I can't accept him. I can't follow such person. So the person who people think is the Pope right now, it's not the Pope. Objectively. And that's the position I go. So that's fine, really. I'm a Sedevacantist. So thank you so much for listening to me. No, I wanted to continue ranting but I realized that this video was already too long. So I would move what I wanted to say to another bigger, which is the disadvantages of being a Sedevacantist in this world. Yeah. It is all good. I want to love God and blah, blah, blah. God's not easy. C'est pas facile, as the French would say. It's not an easy situation in this world today. Because, I will talk about that in the next video. So thank you very much for listening to this. And I'll see you in the next video.